Good morning guys, bon dia. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be clearing this area of land behind me. We're just next to the chicken coop and the raised beds. We've been talking a lot about wanting to rebuild the cabin. We've said it a few times. We were supposed to start this project a while ago, but as most of you know, we've had a bit of a tumultuous start to the year with Iwan breaking his ribs. Then we had both his parents visiting, and then I got sick. But that is all behind us. And we've had a big change of plan around the cabin build actually. Our original plan was to take down the old one because we had a leak in it when it rained. Luckily it hasn't leaked again since, so we've been quite comfortable in there luckily, but our plan was to take that down, move into a tent and then rebuild it because we want to have the bathroom inside as well because it's just getting very uncomfortable showering outside, especially over the winter. But I really didn't want to move into a tent as it's about to get pretty hot, so it would have been quite uncomfortable. We get a lot of questions about why we're not starting on the barn building, which will eventually be our bedroom, and there's a few reasons. One is the planning permission because we want to add on a bathroom, so it makes sense for us to build a more comfortable bathroom in this kind of temporary style pallet build whilst we go through all that process. Secondly, the barn is absolutely full of stuff and we don't have a shed space, so by doing this it means that we can then, rather than take down the cabin, we can move everything into there. Yeah, we're so excited to start on that, and hopefully once we finish this we can empty it and we can at least start like the pointing and things. There's some stones and stuff in here that we need to move, and then Ewan's going to trim, and we need to move a bit of the chicken fence, and then we're going to start on the mimosa clearing that needs doing. Big ants nest here. Wow. Oh my god, they're all over me. Ah! It's biting me! Oh my goodness. I don't think we've ever seen so many ants. They're all moving so fast.
Right next to it, and it will vibrate it. What do you have?
So, mimosa, acacia dealbata, also known as wattle tree in Australia, I believe. is a beautiful tree. It has these gorgeous flowers on, but it's very invasive and it's very flammable, and we have a big problem with it at this back part of our land. This just behind me is our border, so it's not our land to clear. We're going to try and talk to the neighbour if we can clear in a metre, but he's not very often about, so keeping an ear out for him. But yeah, there's a lot coming down from the border wall and into the land. We've cleared quite a lot here, but we still have this big bit to do, so I think Young's going to come in with a strimmer. I'm going to try and chip some, and then we'll just keep an eye on it and try and pull them up as they arrive, because it seems that it's the roots that spread and it grows up from there. So yeah, try and get onto that. Inherited some strange things with the snow that we're not really too sure what to do with, but it just feels like could end up being useful. Yeah,
This chair isn't one of them.
This is all from a mimosa tree that we've cut down, one of the big ones. For the firewood for the winter.
I think I'm going to need more blocks. Measure out a square, and then that should be where the deck goes. Now, ideally, we don't want to be moving this solar panel shade structure because we've only just put it up. Right, so what we need to do is cut off this bit of angle of the chicken coop, chicken run, continue this straight line here, and that should give us enough room and enough clearance away from the chickens. Right then, we've got 3. That should do it, shouldn't it? Yeah. Two of the most dangerous creepy crawlies we'll find in our garden. Both under the same rock.
Oh, he's scary. He's a big one.
That guy.
He's scary. He's quite a small centipede. That's very good.
Which is he's coming towards you.
Just getting distracted by a different job that we need to do. I have put like old drain pipes over the pipe that goes into our well, and one of them slipped off and actually fell into the well, so the tube is in the pipe and the pipe is sitting at the bottom of the well, and the well level has been going down. We're just waiting to the point that it's shallow enough that maybe Iwan could abseil in and grab it. I've just measured and it's still just a bit too deep that I think he'd have to put his head in to reach it. But we're going to try and come up with some sort of method using string and see if we can pull it out somehow. Bottom of the pipe, it's holding it right at the bottom of the well, so it's where the well water is dirtiest, and the filters on our water pump just keep getting clogged. We do need to change them regularly anyway, but it's very frequent and it's annoying me. So we're going to see if we can do that. And then we'll get back to what we were originally doing. How well I'm going to show you this. This is the pipe that I wanted to protect, and I'm not going to be able to see, but about 30 centimetres or 40 centimetres below the surface of the water there is the tube. Yeah, I'll give it a go. So, I mean, would this work?
Yeah, we tied this around the pipe. The thing, it's whether or not we can get it to go over the big pipe. You might need like a stick to get it over, and then yeah, if we attach that to that, then we can drag it back up with that.
I'll find the big stick. I don't know. Front spoon. No, that's not long enough, is it?
It's probably not. It's way too thick. Like bamboo. Yeah, perfect.
But I don't know if we'll be able to reach that far down the well.
Maybe. Give it a try.
But what I showed earlier with the sling.
Yeah, it's the same size as that. It's the prusik.
This one.
Oh yeah, that'll do. Maybe.
It's a good job Ewan's got lots of climbing gear.
Shame there's water there. If there wasn't water, it'd be easy to get. Yeah.
I get under there because I'm going to go with the stick and then I can maneuver things. But
Okay, so all you have to do is keep the thing open. Just like that. Okay, now what we need to do is pull an angle. It really didn't want to grip. Yes, boy, come on, don't slip. Yeah!
great teamwork. Well done.
So, just to give you a heads up of what I just did there. So, we use a thing in climbing or in not work, called a prusik. So this is a classic prusik cord. So you've basically got a loop that's tied off, very, very strong. And what you do is like pretend, well, in climbing we use this on a rope, but we use this as a stick to show the pipe. So what you do is you wrap the cord around 3 or 4 times. In this case we'll do 5 to be extra safe. And then you get the end of one loop there to the end of the bottom loop there, and then you connect them. So then you connect that into that, and then again in rock climbing we tie this to our harness. This is the rope, and then as you apply pressure, the knot tightens up and causes friction, and then doesn't move. And then all you have to do to loosen it, like so, and pull up, and pull again, and then nothing. And to give you an example of how well this works, my beautiful assistant here is going to come and show me. So, the brilliant thing about these knots is whilst they're being pressurised, right, so whilst, say this is being weighted, what Carissa can do, you pull tight.
This?
Yeah. Okay, so you can see there. So Chris is pulling as hard as she possibly
my
can.
muscles are flexing.
Right, and all I can do is that.
Oh wow.
Okay,
How
so
did you twist it then?
pull hard, and then don't hold onto the stick. You're holding onto this, right? If you're in climbing, if you hold onto your rope, then that's going to be inside there, and that's going to hurt a lot. Okay, so pull as hard as you can. Don't worry about it. Pull, 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 pull. And then all I have to do is that.
Just move it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then every time you let go of that, you weight it again, and it's locked again.
So amidst all this wilderness is our water bed. So the filters we've put in these bags because they're clear to try and block out the sun, but as you can see, they're pretty gross. So I just have to turn this filter off, and then do you mind turning on the tap just to drain the pressure? You have to do that, otherwise it explodes. Water everywhere. And this has been a very useful tool that we've bought for loosening these because they're really hard to do otherwise. And then this is a string sediment filter, so we change this every month or 2, and they're about €3. And then the other one is a useful one that I just have to give a clean and a scrub. And so these are just the first 2 filters. We do potentially have an alternative coming soon to these, and then it goes into the house into some more filters. So is the tap stopped going?
Almost. Yep.
That's the reusable one, I'll give a clean. Lovely. These are nice and clean now. So I put the reusable one as the first one. Seeing as we can clean it, it means the one that we have to buy, it lasts a bit longer. So that looks a lot nicer, and I just love turning it back on. If it's gone a few turns, it should be good. What's nice is we came here obviously with 0 experience of anything, and over the last 3.5 years we've each kind of found which thing we have a bit of strength in. So I tend to do most of the plumbing and stuff to do with electrics, and Iwan's really good with like the machinery, so anything like the petrol generator, building stuff, trimming. Yeah, it's nice to kind of feel more confident in one thing and leave one thing to the other. So yeah, I'm a plumber and an electrician around here. And did you say there was a bit of wire around? Frankie, what are you doing? What are you doing digging there?
Mm.
There's a fire. Iwan's gone to put shorts on. It is really bizarre weather for May. It's like in the day it's quite warm. It's like a really nice warm actually. It tends to be below 30, whereas last May it was like really hot. I think we had our first heat wave, and it's really cold at night and in the evenings, which is bizarre for this time of year because yeah, normally it feels like summer's already arrived. and I actually can't believe how cold it is. And I think some of our summer garden is struggling because of that. Yeah, the squashes and the tomatoes, which I need to get in the garden, are all still very small. So it's going to be very interesting to see what June, July, and August are like. Here comes you in the summer gear. So it's going to be square. So we'll put 4 that way, 4 this way. So it's too warm to move anymore. I'm going to wait for it to cool down a bit. So I've just come inside to do some work whilst it is a bit warm in the sunshine. Tended to work online in the afternoons when it's not the best weather for working on the land, and I'm working on firstly DrawingXpressions, which is the new project I've mentioned a few times, which is an online platform full of classes, art classes that I'm doing with a few other creatives, which is coming together really nicely, and I'll put some links in the description if that sounds like something you would be interested in. But I'm also currently, because I'm now doing DrawingXpressions, I'm finding having Frankie off grid and Calm Lines, which is my illustration work, just a bit too much going on with 3 different things. So I'm dissolving Calm Lines into Frankie off grid. I feel like this makes a lot more sense for just keeping on top of everything, which includes changing my Calm Lines website over to Frankie off grid. And I'm just mentioning this because I'm using Squarespace and they are kindly sponsoring today's video, so I thought I'd tell you about them. They're brilliant. I love the simplicity of the site, and if it's something you're looking to do for yourself, then I would highly recommend working with them as your website building platform. I was really worried about changing all the domain name over to Frankie off grid because I thought it was going to be really complicated and time consuming, and it's literally taken me 10 minutes to change the domain name, delete some of the pages I didn't need anymore. But yeah, it's just my favourite thing about Squarespace. It's just its simplicity, especially if you're a beginner. They do also have 24/7 customer support if you are getting stuck. So editing the site is really easy. They have an editing interface called Fluid Engine, which allows you to easily add to each page. You can just drag and drop elements, whether that's text, video, audio, images, and place them exactly how you would like them to be. One of the biggest benefits of Squarespace is that they have hundreds of award-winning templates that you can choose from to set up your site so that it straight away looks beautiful and professional. And one of the things I wanted to set up was a newsletter for Frankie off grid. I thought it would be nice to send a monthly newsletter with any of our news, and what's great is these templates are available in all aspects of the site you're building. So just for the welcome page here, there's so many things that I can choose from. If you feel inspired to create a site, then you'll find a link to squarespace.com in the description below, which you can head to for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch you can save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain by going to squarespace.com/Frankie off grid. I'm going to go and harvest the potatoes before the mice get them all. Looking good. It's been exposed to the sun. It's gone green. Needed more earthing up here. Growing weird. It's a big one. I've never seen them growing like this before. Like, I don't think this is the seed potato because they normally rot down. Maybe it is. They're growing like that often. Albi's under the tarp and the Joao's trying to jump on. He doesn't like it. Since we redid the fencing, the chickens keep escaping. And this is why you're not being allowed out. You come down here. You're not welcome. You're causing trouble too, Joao. Yeah, but I mean maybe like watering every now and then. Because it's quite young.
Wow.
Well, I think that's a pretty good potato haul for this first round. I've got a few that I planted later, so I'll pick them a bit later. We've been tickling a few, so a few plants had less. Some are massive. Anyone know why we have like this brown one? I don't think it's the seed potato, and that's the one that like these little ones seem to be growing off. you can see. It has got a hole in, like a bug hole. Yeah, happy with that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave these out for a few days in the sun so the skins get a bit tougher. That's what I've read you should do. So then they store a bit better. Some very small ones, so I guess we'll eat those ones first. Try not to throw them around too much.